Meghan Markle stepped into that interview with Kern Lima, expecting a cozy chat with a longtime friend. What she got instead was a stark reality check that shook her carefully curated public persona to its core. Meghan, dressed down in a casual sweatshirt emblazoned with her kids' names, meant to radiate a relatable, maternal vibe. She came in with her guard down, ready to talk about self-worth and the struggle against public scrutiny. But Jamie wasn't there to play nice. The moment Jamie threw out a sharp question, "What would you say to those who believe self-worth isn't declared? It's proven through action," the atmosphere shifted. Meghan's smile faltered, and for a split second, you could almost see the gears turning in her head as she tried to navigate this unexpected territory. It was a question that cut through her rehearsed lines about empowerment and motherhood. The contrast between her brand of vulnerability and the reality of her often criticized behavior was suddenly glaring. Those tuning in likely expected a feel-good conversation. Instead, they watched as Jamie, known for her no-nonsense approach, challenged Meghan's narrative head-on. This wasn't just a friendly chat, it was a moment of accountability. Jamie made it clear that authenticity isn't something you can just market or package. Authenticity isn't a product, it's a practice, she said, and that statement landed like a stone. It was a reality check that Meghan seemed unprepared for. As the interview progressed, Meghan attempted to steer the conversation toward her latest projects, including her podcast Confessions of a Female Founder and her burgeoning lifestyle brand. But the energy had shifted dramatically. The cracks in her polished image were becoming more apparent, and the more she leaned into her rehearsed responses, overdone laughter, exaggerated emotion, and incessant references to motherhood, the more it all felt forced and transparent. It was like watching someone desperately trying to maintain a facade while the foundation crumbled beneath them. Social media erupted in reaction. Viewers were quick to call out what they perceived as Meghan's over-reliance on a manufactured vulnerability to promote her ventures. Comments flooded in, and it became clear that many were seeing through the act. One user remarked, "She makes parenting sound like a press release." Another quipped, "Only Meghan could turn a lost baby tooth into a PR campaign." It was a brutal response, reflecting a growing skepticism about her authenticity. What struck me most about the exchange wasn't just Jamie's tough questions. It was the silence hanging in the air after Meghan's answers. Jamie didn't echo Meghan's typical talking points, didn't validate her branding language, and certainly didn't give a stamp of approval to the Duchess title. That quiet withholding spoke volumes. It was as if Jamie was saying, "I see through this, and I'm not going to play along." As the interview reached its conclusion, the hard truth of the situation became painfully clear. Meghan may have thought she could navigate the waters of public opinion with her well-crafted narratives and curated optics, but when the public begins to question the sincerity behind those narratives, it can lead to a downfall. The carefully managed storylines can only carry you so far. What happens when the gloss starts to wear off? When the public's perception shifts, and they stop buying into the narrative? This is where Meghan finds herself now, a pivotal moment where the lines between personal branding and genuine authenticity blur. The audience is no longer just a passive receiver of her story, they're active participants, scrutinizing the messages she sends out into the world. This interview was a wake-up call, not just for Meghan, but for anyone trying to sell a story in the public eye. Authenticity cannot be manufactured. It must come from a place of truth and vulnerability, not a calculated marketing strategy. The public is savvy, they can spot insincerity a mile away. And in an era where social media reigns supreme, the backlash can be swift and unforgiving. So, what does this mean for Meghan moving forward? It's time to reassess her approach. Genuine connection with the audience is built on trust, and when that trust is broken, it's a long road back to redemption. The narrative she weaves needs to align with her actions. Otherwise, the dissonance will only grow louder. It's a crucial moment for Meghan to reflect and reconsider her strategy. How does she want to be perceived moving forward? Is she ready to drop the polished veneer and show the real, unfiltered version of herself? Or will she continue down the path of manufactured vulnerability, risking further alienation from her audience? The choice is hers, but the stakes are high. The world is watching, and the scrutiny won't let up. It's time for authenticity to take the stage, not as a marketing tool, but as a genuine expression of who she is, beyond the titles and the roles. Only then can she hope to rebuild her image and reclaim her narrative in a way that resonates with the public. In the end, it's a lesson for all of us. Authenticity isn't just a buzzword, it's a way of life. It's about owning your truth, vulnerabilities, and realities without the filter of public relations. For Meghan, the path forward may be fraught with challenges, but it also offers the opportunity for real growth and connection. And maybe, just maybe, she can turn this moment of reckoning into a stepping stone toward a more genuine future. So, what do you think? Can Meghan Markle navigate this tumultuous landscape and emerge with her authenticity intact? Or will her attempts at reinvention fall flat in the eyes of the public? Only time will tell, but one thing is certain: the world is watching closely, and the pressure is on.